Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to more Xdefiant. I hope you're doing well today. We have waited over a year for this game. I'm hoping it'll be launched soon, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to share some of my gun builds with you in the recent server test, because everything has changed. This new build of the game has changed a whole lot of parameters, so the gun builds that I did in 2023 are no longer relevant. So here's the update. Should be good. Let's do it. So before we get started today, if you haven't checked out the video I just posted on the settings, or the change in settings that I had to make from the build in 2023 to now to 2024, please check that video out. It might be very helpful if you're doing the server test over the next couple of days, and then when the game drops. Ubisoft reliably tell us, or the Xdefiant team reliably tell us, that this build of the game is the one that they're going to launch with. So all this should be relevant. But today I want to focus on gun builds and the ones that I had the most success with. It might give you a good starting point to get your guns where they need to be fairly quickly. Obviously when the game launches, you're not going to have access to all the attachments. You're going to unlock them, but for now with server test we have got the attachments we need, and so I worked on optimizing these builds, and they are completely different to the ones I've posted before. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, I love this. I absolutely love this firing range. I really do. There is so much that you can do to optimize your guns here. Now just targets at different ranges, and you see the damage you're doing at different ranges. There you go. And then you've got your recoil board, where you can clearly see what the recoil pattern of the gun is. And as you add the different attachments to it, you can see how it influences the gun. Anyway, let's get into the loadouts. Now, one thing, Ubisoft, please change them around. The thing that I want the most when I'm in game is I want to change my loadout. I don't want to go flick down and then have to go to change loadout. So we're going to start with the M4A1. I want to talk a little bit about the logic of how I build my guns. You can see on the far right there is firepower, mobility, accuracy and ammo. And I use those as an indicator to build my guns and get them accurate. It works for me. And you see, if you hover across these different attachments, you can see in real time that is going to change everything. So here's the build I have for my M4A1. Of the muzzle brake, the chrome lined barrel, leather wrap, reflex sight and fast mags. Now you're going to see the fast mags on most guns, you're going to see the reflex on most guns. Again, the optics is purely preferential for you. You add what you like. Fast mags, I like to reload quicker, because that's where I get caught most of the times, but again, depending on what you want to do here, it's purely up to you. The leather wrap obviously gives us better ADS, walking speed and stability in ADS. The chrome lined barrel was the barrel to have in the last play session we had, and then they nerfed it for some reason and I went to rapid fire, but I've come back to chrome line for short and medium range. Pretty much where most of the gunfights happen. And you see the muzzle brake helps with the horizontal recoil. So like with Call of Duty, there are positives to adding attachments and negatives, and you'll notice that a lot of these builds are very similar. So that's what works for me in the M4. The P90... Oh,
new loadout smell.
Sorry about that. The P90, likewise, is exactly the same, except for the PEQ15 laser. I just find that that's helping with the accuracy. You can see there, minimum, maximum spread. But again, play around with these and see what works for you. You can see the leather wrap again might be the go. I've had great success with this build with the P90, so I'm stuck with it. The MP7 is an absolute beast, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend you grab this gun and play around with it. It is crazy good. In this one, I've taken off the muzzle brake. Again, chrome lined PEQ, reflex and fast mags, but I've added the lightweight stock, and you can see it is fairly well balanced. And finally, there's a couple of builds that I'm going to give you. We have the ACR 6.8. This is incredible gun. Muzzle brake chrome lined. I've used the leather wrap this time, and then the reflex and fast mags. And then on my final build, and this is one I was playing around with fairly recently, is the AK-47, which is a good AR. I'm an AR and SMG player. I did dabble a little bit with the LMGs, but they're just a bit too slow for me. So you can see the only change here really is that I've went with the tactical grip. I'm not too worried about mobility. I'm looking more for accuracy in this particular build that I'm playing around with. There you go, ladies and gentlefolk. That is the builds that we've gone for in the testing session, and I'm really happy with how these have come out. Hopefully this helps you get ahead of the curve. Like I said, hopefully it's not too long before Xdefiant is out and we can play the game in full. It is a free-to-play game, so no excuse. If you like some of the gameplay that we've showed you, by all means, I will be sharing some of my gameplay in the next couple of days, so you can get a feel for what the new build is doing. If this has been useful, let me know down in the comments. Happy Xdefiant Day, and we'll catch you next time on Gaming for XP. See ya.